It is two paintings rather than one, and the difference between them is quite distinct. The Distant View was painted outdoors in 1849, while the artist, Ford Madox Brown, was still in his 20s. Then, in 1873, he returned to the painting and added the foreground with its framing trees and little narrative incidents. Two travellers, a man and a woman, rest on a stile and look south down the hillside across the floodplain to the pale blue band of the River Medway a couple of miles away. There are woods on the ridge of the hill where the motorway now runs, giving way to cornfields and pasture. A couple of cows, half hidden by bushes and ambling along what may be a sunken lane, turn to look at the pair. The afternoon is calm and bright, although not really sunny except perhaps in the foreground. The later editions are brighter and harder than the soft landscape beyond. It is relatively simple to peel them apart and look at the two paintings that make up the picture. The older one, made on the spot, is about observation. It is fascinated by the way detail declines into distance, by the way that trees lose their individuality and fade into blobs and then into faint stipples. The trees on the near side of a field are bristled stacks. In the wood on the farther side, they have become a fleecy mass, the paint applied with subtle twitches of the wrist that are an equivalent for the sense of individual trees that persists beyond the power to identify them. The fields themselves gradually lose their contours and become stripes and then merge into one almost uniform band. In contrast, the later painting, a product of the studio, is about individuals and events. The pair on the stile are on a journey. They have a story, a man and a woman. We are invited to speculate on their relationship, husband and wife, father and daughter, or something else perhaps. The woman turns her head towards the man and appears to be listening to her companion, gazing at the vista. The mild curiosity of the cows makes a chorus of sorts. The slender young birch, brightly lit, just the other side of the fence, marks their place and indicates their route across the fields to the river and the lilac bank on the farther side. The two paintings represent two distinct conceptions of the painted landscape, one based on immediacy and observation, the other on recollection and the example of other paintings, one based in vision and the other in story. The earlier painting evokes the sensation of distance through the graduated failure of vision to discriminate objects. According to this logic, the nearest bushes should be the most clearly defined, but they are curiously generalised. They might be bracken or bramble or gorse or something else entirely. It's impossible to tell because the artist here is not painting particular plants that he can see, he is painting the idea of vegetation. The point of all this is not to say that one of the paintings is right and the other wrong, or that one is good and the other bad. Both approaches are valid and both are necessary. The artist is not a simple recorder, but always interprets through the selection and editing that is part of the translation of visual sensations into the marking of a surface. The experience of being in such a landscape is paramount, but the experience is nothing until it is processed by memory and association. Whilst most landscape paintings opt for one mode or the other, part of the value of this painting lies in the way it allows the viewer to recognise and correlate for themselves both modes. If you found this video interesting, please like and subscribe.